Hello everybody, welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. This is Dearly Departed and we're here very early on a Saturday morning for a bit of a Dearly Departed special. I couldn't see the game last night, I was at work, so you're going to get an early review of Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 3. Now we had a great time yesterday doing the preview of this tight game that was going to be this great battle of this rivalry and how were Leeds going to cope without Phillips. We went back and forth. The Leeds and Villa fans mostly politely debated in the comments what was going to happen. I don't think anyone came up with Villa 0, Leeds 3 for a scenario. So a little bit of a statement performance here by Leeds. Villa have been so good, winning all of their games so far and been so good defensively as well. So for Leeds to show up there and with that second half performance and a brilliant hat-trick by Bamford without their best player, Calvin Phillips, against a very good Villa team winning 4 games and not really conceding very many goals at all. A superb statement night for Leeds United. Let's have a look here. So, we'll look at Villa first because it is, as we expected, this new iteration of Villa where Grealish gets a bit more help from Barkley. McGinn pulls back next to Douglas Luiz. You can have Mings and Konza together now with Cash in there. We spoke a lot about how the tweaks that Villa have made this season really have taken their team and pushed it forward into a much better spot. They go with that team again. For Leeds, well, we spoke about Phillips, and I must caveat that what I said. Look, obviously in the last 2 years, Leeds' best player has been Pablo Hernandez, technically the best player, but most important player and the kind of fulcrum of the team. We all know what happens in this Bielsa Leeds system where the fullbacks go forwards and the centre-halves go apart, and Phillips almost comes into the middle, and sometimes he's even behind them, starting off all the moves, either playing into them, playing wide into the fullbacks, or into the advanced central midfield positions. He's a hugely important player, and a big miss. Now, I'd be very interested to hear from Leeds fans who did watch on pay-per-view here. SofaScore have got that up as more of a double pivot. Whether that's correct or not, I don't know. Get your opinions in the comments. Just be respectful if others disagree. But SofaScore seem to have Click next to Struijk in a central midfield with Rodrigo more advanced. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. As I say, I would have to watch an entire rerun of the game to tell you that. It's going to be a moot point, actually, because Struijk, you can see there, is only going to last 21 minutes. But, as many Leeds fans correctly predicted in my comments yesterday, so Dallas moves to right back. Koch is then partnered by Ailing at centre back, and Alioski comes in at full back. Now, if you haven't been watching Leeds, you think that's complete madness. So the right back is going to go left centre back, the left back is going to go right back, and a sub's going to play left back, and a centre back's going to play midfield. But most of us who've watched Leeds go, oh, okay, we've seen Dallas go there before, we've seen Ailing go there before, and we've often seen a central defender, whether it be Ben White or now Pascal Struijk, go into that central midfield positions. Interesting. And it says a lot about how Bielsa uses central midfielders in that once Click stays there, he wants a player to come backwards in that position. So they have to be comfortable further back and sometimes between two centre-halves, don't they? So not everybody's Calvin Phillips and can play so slickly and then move back into that position. So you can see why he goes for Struijk. Rodrigo's found that position. Obviously Costa and Harrison played. And up top there, Pat Bamford. Look, we're going to talk about him at the end, but I suspect there's a few Leeds supporters eating humble pie after this start to the season, and a few Leeds supporters very vindicated in their support for Bamford through quite a lot of criticism over the last 2 years. Some justified, some not. When you play Aston Villa, the first thing you have to accept is for an hour and a half you have to stop Grealish somehow. Some teams double up, some teams kick the pants off him. Sometimes he won't play well, but you have to stop him because he's absolutely key to them. Here is Leeds and the battle against Grealish first. So Ayling's actually made a mistake in this in the original. He's come out into the left back position and he gets robbed by Watkins. It goes across and Grealish hits the shot. And quite how Ayling clears this, I don't know. Look, you can see him number 2 there. And then he's back on the line. I mean, for a right back, that's interesting technique that he doesn't come and sweep that across with his right foot. But I guess he was trying to get back on the goal line, get his body a bit more straight on rather than side on with the right foot. And what a clearance that is. The goal line technology obviously cleared that up. But stop Grealish part 1, done. Stop Grealish part 2, he is the master at drawing fouls. Some opposition fans don't like it, but for an example, we will see every Leeds game, we'll mention Luke Ayling as well because we just praised him, is brilliant at nudging in front of a player, reading the game first, getting there, brushing him, going down, winning a free kick and easing the pressure on his team. Obviously, Grealish does that in far more high up areas of the pitch. So here he is with Costa, and it's the normal thing. Just give some credit to the referee there. Look at his position, absolutely perfect. This one falls into the category of the forward player is instigating the contact, running past, and it's almost like nowadays you get punished for being in the wrong place rather than fouling the guy, don't you? So Costa very smartly throws his hands up and tries to stop his run. So I think that's what helps it not be a penalty in the referee's eyes. Look, let's be honest, we've seen them given for a penalty, we've seen them given not a penalty. So Grealish is trying to instigate the contact, there's nothing wrong with that. Grealish goes down when he feels a little brush, there's nothing wrong with that. I think probably in the referee's ruling there, because Costa stops his run and essentially is not making the tackle, I think the referee then deems, oh, okay, not enough in that for me to be a foul. Stop Grealish part 3, I mean, look at this. So there is Grealish taking on Helder Costa 25 yards from his own goal. And what a run. He literally runs the entire length of the pitch. Costa catches him up. He takes him on again. Goes into the box. Outstanding play. Cox stands him up. And he goes across the box. And you can see there, look at Meslier. Perfect. Still standing up. Got the angles right. Ayling puts pressure on the shooter. Meslier makes the save. Right, you've stopped Grealish now, Leeds. What are you going to do yourself? Well, I'm going to stop waffling on about Jack Grealish and start talking about Pat Bamford because, I mean, just wow. What a hat-trick this is. Jesus Christ. So there he is, Johnny on the spot there, inside the 6-yard box. We'll talk about Bamford first before we actually praise the whole goal because it's a really good move. I said at the start of last season where Leeds got promoted, lay off Bamford. All he needs to do is score the majority of his high percentage chances. And he'll probably get 15, 20 goals. I don't know what he ended up with last season. Obviously, fans can be quite blinkered when it comes to strikers. And they use what I call a single factor analysis. And a single factor analysis is okay in some parts of life, but in football it doesn't really work. We normally need to analyse more than one factor. But the single factor, they would judge him on his goals. And yeah, okay, in absolute black and white, very simple, straightforward thing. Yeah, striker, goals, judge him like that. Not really in a Bielsa team, that's not the way. In deference to the people judging him that way, he did need to put away more of the big chances. We know that. But here he is, sticking in, well, that's probably not even gone down as a big chance because there's pressure on their shooter despite how close he is. Maybe it did. I don't know. We'll have a look at the stats at the end. But, again, look at the move as well. And it's so straightforward when you analyse it. Watch back and you see people running at full speed and passing forward. And that sounds so silly and so straightforward, but how many teams can actually do that and do it well? As in, everyone's moving forward and you get this. I used to call it the Bielsa Turbo. People call it Bielsa Ball now. But just watch Alioski and Rodrigo down the left-hand side. Full speed, all moving forward. That's so hard to defend against because you can't adjust. they're literally sprinting, and all of the passes are progressive. 1, 2, 3 at the same time. Across it goes, breaks for Bamford, puts it in, 1-0 Leeds. And from then on, we're going from good to ridiculous to sublime with, I mean, how good is this? So, first of all, from a Villa point of view, Villa have been very good defensively. And what is wrong with that? Pressure on the shooter, centre-halves nice and tight. You've got the fullbacks tucked in. The goalkeeper looks well positioned. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what Villa have got. What they don't reckon is that Patrick Bamford, in kind of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank side foot style, is going to not even open up his body with no backlift. He's going to side foot that with pressure on him from 25 yards out. Complete arrow. Look where it goes. It clips the crossbar and flies in the top corner. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant goal. Oh, and I genuinely think this third one's even better. I mean, it's almost like Dennis Bergkamp. We've seen him score goals like this. Remember the Leicester one when he scores the hat-trick, and I know he brings it down. He kind of then, without the ball moving, he doesn't do anything with the ball. He manipulates his body, Bergkamp that is, and makes a better angle to shoot, which then just makes it impossible as he curves the ball in the corner. Again, nothing wrong with Villa here. They're swarming the ball. He's got no pass on. If he slips it through, is that Pervader or Shackleton? I don't know, excuse me. Then that guy's offside, isn't he? But he opens his body and look where he puts it. It's sensational. I mean, let me know in the comments. All of the goals are excellent, but which one's better out of that last two? I mean, the swerve of the body shape and the speed he does it to then curve it into the corner for the third one. Personally, I think that's the best one. Glorious performance from. We're talking about Bamford in the Premier League away, destroying Aston Villa with just a sublime striking performance. Hats off, Pat Bamford. Absolutely hats off, and hats off to Leeds. We'll look at the numbers, and I mean, one in the eye for me who says big chances are revealing. Look, 3 big chances apiece here. So, I mean, in terms of big chances, the difference was Bamford. Leeds blocked out Grealish and Bamford was sensational. But then look at the other underlying numbers. 60% possession, 27. Let me repeat that and look down the camera. 27 shots. And we know Leeds aren't just going to be bombing in long ranges from 35 yards. Look, 9 on target and 5 blocked. It's just an excellent performance, isn't it? And I think if you're a Villa fan, and a lot of this analysis, has been skewed towards Leeds and Bamford particularly, but that's understandable. If you're a Villa fan, I think in this one, you hold your hands up and say, we've had a really good start. We created some chances. We got our best player, Grealish, in great positions, and Leeds snuffed him out. And then we got done. We got done by a good team and a striker having a sensational game. So you hold your hands up, you move on, and you say, look, this doesn't now mean we plummet down the table. So from a Villa fan, I think it is a hold your hands up, and you say that on the day, it's A, a very good Leeds performance, and B, you have to tip your hat to Bamford. But we've seen hat-tricks this season, haven't we, where, I don't know, a Calvert-Lewin is playing in a good team and you might have one sensational header, but then a couple of penalty box goals. This is 1 team goal and 2 sublime individual goals from Pat Bamford. There is his season. And it's just incredible. I was on this channel last, I guess, January, saying, OK, Leeds might go up with Bamford, but then what will happen is they'll bring somebody else in and he'll make a challenge and ultimately he'll take the shirt. And then they did the deal for Jean-Kevin Augustin, didn't they? And it's this highly rated guy and he's going to be on loan. And then when they go up, he's going to sign. Well, that didn't work out. And they managed to have gotten out of that deal. And then Rodrigo comes in and it's, well, you know, they're putting him next to Click and they're going to give Bamford a chance and he's not going to take it. No, wrong. Because as it stands, played 6, started 6, goals 6. A goal every 82 minutes in the Premier League. And what did he get last season? Forgive me, I don't have the stats. 14, 15, and he probably played over 40 games last season, Bamford. Just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant from him in these opening 6 games. 3.3 on the shots per game. He's missed 3 big chances now, but we just talked about the percentages with Bamford, didn't he? Just do the majority of them. Leeds will create you enough decent openings, enough penalty box stuff. We know he has to trigger presses and play around the corner and do all of that business there. So I'm very happy for him because you want to see players succeed, don't you? And yes, some of the criticism was fair. Yes, some of the frustration from Leeds fans was understandable. Some of the stuff I heard from opposition fans sitting in the other stands about Bamford's status as being upper middle class or his appearance was totally unfair. So up yours to those people. You can eat that hat trick, can't you? But look, there's been some reasonable criticism. There's been some unreasonable criticism. But good luck to him. Well done, Pat Bamford. And well done, Leeds. Okay, we're recording on Saturday morning, but they're third at the moment. Look, how many teams can overtake them? Most teams down to God. 14th place can come level on points, but look, obviously they're going to be playing each other, a lot of them, so they're not going to. But again, from a Leeds point of view, the start of the season has been so sustainable and so competitive. I'm not going to pick a position because that requires me to have an understanding, a crystal ball of the entire division going forward. I don't. I'm studying the dearly departed. I'm studying 5 Premier League teams. I'm not going to blag that I have the knowledge to do that on all 20. I don't. Maybe in the Championship I might be able to have a better go, but it's 24 and it's more mental and there's more games. But what I can say about Leeds and Aston Villa is they're now going into this gap of, well, no one expects them to be in the top 6, but now no one really is expecting them to be in the bottom 6, and we're expecting them to be competitive. And let's open this out to both teams. Leeds have drawn against Man City and run Liverpool close. That's the big bar, isn't it? Villa beat Liverpool 7-2. Villa have gone away to Leicester and 1-0. Leeds have now gone away to Sheffield United and won 1-0. Drawn with Manchester City and gone away to Villa and won 3-0. Okay, Leeds, are they a little bit behind someone like Wolves? Don't know. Wolves obviously went there and got the win. But huge, look, let's open it out. Huge signs of viability for both of these teams going through the season. For both of these teams that I've enjoyed covering in the Championship, that are big clubs that are now operating really where traditionally over the majority of their history they have been operating. So I like it. I think if you're a Villa fan, you hold your hands up and say, look, maybe if Grealish had been in Bamford mode and banged in all of those chances and scored a hat-trick himself and Villa had won 3-0, we'd be doing the opposite video and we'd all been hailing Grealish. That didn't happen. This is about, it's about Bielsa, it's about Leeds, but it's about Pat Bamford at the end of the day. And it might not happen again for the rest of the. He might not score another goal. Rodrigo might end up playing up top for Leeds in 5 games' time or something. But let's just give him a tip of the hat because he's had a lot of criticism. What a hat trick by Pat Bamford. So look, Aston Villa 0, Leeds 3. Get your comments in. Let's hold our hands up when it goes our way. In 18-19, obviously, Villa came into the playoffs. Leeds got knocked out and Villa went up. Villa had the last laugh winning that playoff final, didn't they? And they've been up 2 seasons. That went Villa's way. This has gone Leeds' way. Is it asking too much for everyone to be a bit magnanimous in the comments? It's a fun rivalry, Villa and Leeds fans. Enjoy this rivalry. Try your best to enjoy it. It's a good one for a neutral like me. We did get a little bit of bickering yesterday, but let's try and keep it good-natured and fun. But Villa had one over in 18-19. In game number 1 in 2021, Leeds have had one over. So it comes and it goes. Enjoy the moment, Leeds fans. Let's not laud it too much, but big congratulations to Pat Bamford and Leeds. It was Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 3. And this broadcast is brought to you by www.fanfirst.co.uk. This is a user-generated website for player ratings. So, please go in if you watched the game on pay-per-view last night. Register your team and go and get rating. You can rate all the players out of 10. You can rate the managers out of 10. Entertainment, you can rate the referee, the VAR, all sorts of stuff there. And look at Jay's picture, dearie me. We are sponsored here by fan sponsor Jay, who very excitedly DM'd me last night and said, Ben, you have to change my picture on my fan sponsor. He's a sponsor. I say, okay, mate, whatever you want. And of course, he sent me Pat Bamford holding the match ball. But thank you to Jay, who sponsors all the Dearly Departed shows. Dearly Departed, also known as Ben, couldn't bear to lose us. So, a really big story in our Dearly Departed narrative this season. Leeds 0, Aston Villa 3. The rivalry continues. Leeds got one over this time, but Villa will be back. We know they will. We know they will. Enjoy the rivalry. Let's keep the banter friendly and honourable, guys. And I will see you on Tuesday. Well, indeed, on Monday night as well. We've got lots of Dearly Departed stuff, but we'll watch along West Brom and Brighton on Monday night, and we'll do the full review on Tuesday. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And must be fun waking up being Pat Bamford this morning, mustn't it? Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/BenjaminBloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.